everyone, this is Rachel and I'm here with my Kill a Kit video for my Scraptastic kit for September. I purchased the Skinny Love kit and then I put together my own add-on kit using a bunch of older crate paper and then also a little bit of the Maggie Holmes confetti line and a little bit of the Simple Stories I Am collection. So I managed to do 9 layouts, which I think is pretty good. And I will just quickly go through them. This was the first layout I did, and it is mostly actually from my add-on kit. I believe there is a process video for this one, and I used a little, just did a block. I did a lot of like stuff behind a single photo layouts for this time around, but they're all gonna go in different areas, so I don't really care. It's one of my favorite go-to designs. I just think it's really pretty. So it's all about, this is just actually a month after my niece is born. That's my best friend. And just, you know, look at us type of layout. And then this is the second one I made. And there is a process video for this, but it's up on the Crafty Mavens Getaway page. This is what I made for this was my challenge about using PL cards on your pages, even if you don't look like you're using PL cards. Like this was a cut apart. This back here was a cut apart. This back here that I use as layering pieces was also a cut apart. And then these feathers I cut out of a cut apart sheet. And I use, this is from the Wonder line, and I'll show you. This is the paper here. It had red with little X's on one side and all the letters on the other side. And I actually, quite a bit on my layouts, cut out the letters to use. So this is us. We went up to a big yarn store in Massachusetts, and my friend's a knitter, so she was super happy. And then here is my other layout, and this one there's also a process video for. This was for Mari Clark's challenge about using cut files and stencils. If you watch the video, you'll know this was definitely a lemons into lemonade layout. I totally had issues with this one, but I really liked the way it turned out. And this was also for a challenge for the Crafty Mavens Getaway Online Crop. This was Christy's challenge in using a color you don't normally use, which for me is yellow. And I really love the way this turned out. All right, there is not a process video for any of the other ones, so I'm just going to quickly show you. This is one I made about my niece. All of her friends had those Power Wheel rides, and her mom was thinking about getting her one, but like the minute she got in, she never wanted to ride on those things. She didn't like how jumpy they were. My grandparents had one of these little cars, and she absolutely loved it, and she was so sad the day she could no longer fit into it. But so I used all of those vellum clouds that were in the kit for this one, and I just absolutely love it. I have to fix these though, they're a little crooked, but we'll see. We'll see if I do that or not. Okay, and here is another layout I did. Now I used the cut file that comes with the kit, and what I did was I selected only it's actually a full thing of cat heads, and instead what I did was I just selected to have 5 rows of cat heads, and then I backed them with the paper left over from the cutouts. So this is my cat. The one who's always in my videos because she's so curious as to what's going on. So I used the Evilicious, and then once again I cut out, and these were both words that were on that Wonder page. And then I used more sequins. Very cute. I love this page. I think it's just beautiful. Okay, and here's one where I will be totally honest. I don't love this page. I like it. It's cute. I went a little overboard. I wish I dialed it back, but by the time I got to it, I'd already glued stuff down, and I just went with it. It's not a horrible page. It's cute. I like it a lot, but I don't know. I think I wish I'd done it on cardstock instead of this paper. And I love this paper. I think it's so pretty. I just think I overdid it, but I still like it, and I'm happy with it. Oh, so in case you're wondering what it's about, because it's called A Beautiful Story of Friendship. I don't know if you can see. That is a stuffed animal in there. That is Elsie. That is my niece's stuffed cat. This is probably a little bit after she actually got it. She's a little older, just probably by a couple of months. And she's now 14 and she actually still has Elsie. Elsie's paws are no longer this white, but she's had that cat for about 13 years now. Okay. There goes my ATG. Okay, so here's another one, and this one's called Brave Little Girl. And this is actually, the journaling is going to go back here in a pocket. It's not going to be written totally by me. It's going to be also written by her mother. Her grandfather was ill for a very long time. He'd actually just been diagnosed. Actually, as his picture was taken, he'd been diagnosed a couple days before. And and they went down to see him, and she's around 3.5, 4 here, and he actually passed away when she was around 8. And her, actually, I didn't, a lot of these photos are from when she was younger, and I lived with them at this point, but, you know, I didn't live with them when she was born, and so a lot of the photos I'm doing now come from about the time when I first moved in with them. And you know, most little kids can't do sick people and old people. They don't understand what's going on with their grampy and or grandma or aunt or uncle or whomever is ill. And he was in hospice for quite a while, in the hospital for quite a while. And, you know, it's scary when they have tubes. And so we just wanted to, both her mother and I both wanted to tell a story about how good she was with him. All right, I'll tell an example, and I had permission to do this. He has passed away, and there was a time when she was probably about 6, and they had gone to go visit him in the hospital, long-term living care facility, and he had become incontinent, and they hadn't come to fix it yet. I mean, it literally just happened because he was in a very nice place, and you know, it smelled. And her mom said, you know, she didn't care. You know, at that age, kids talk, they'll just, you know, what's that smell? And, you know, believe me, she had said that plenty of times in other situations. And, you know, she climbed right up on the bed and gave him a big hug and kiss and didn't say anything, just told him how much she loved him. And, you know, so that's one thing. I mean, she's 14 and she can be annoying as all heck, but she's always super, super kind. She's sitting right here doing homework, and she gave me a thumbs up. But she's always just been a very kind person. And that's, I think, of anything, I think that's, you know, what makes me super proud of her. Okay, so not gonna cry. We'll go on. Okay, so here's my last layout. So I've got a long title here. So my future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. Now, bright was a word they had. Shades was not. So I used this S to then make a flipped copy of it using the X's on the other side. There were no more H's, so I did that too. And actually this A, I don't know if you can actually tell, but I actually cut it over an R, but it just kind of looks like a design. And then I took the D and the E from other words. So I'm just, my future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. I just thought that was a cute title. And this is actually about how, as a little kid, she loved wearing glasses. And she's one of the only little kids I know. Like, most kids, like, if you try to put sunglasses on them to protect their face, they're, like, ripping them off. No, she always loved them. She wanted to wear real glasses forever, and she does now. And so she was super happy when she got to wear glasses. So this was my last layout. And now I'm going to go over what I have left over. So first we're going to take my counterfeit kit that I put together, made up of some older crepe paper and then some Simple Stories I Am and a little bit of Maggie Holmes. And this is all I have left of the paper. So this is the one I have most of left. And I'll just put this in with, back in my teal and pink grouping of paper that I have. It's made up a lot of crepe paper. And because this is a basic teal polka dot, we'll have no issue. This is a little bit of confetti. I think I'm going to keep this as a layering piece. These are 2 little 2x2 I Am things, and I'll probably just pop that in there too. I'm going to toss the branding strips because I'm not going to use them. I'm going to toss these little 2 pieces of paper. I'm going to keep these two 4x4 cards. I'm going to toss this because I'm not going to use it on anything else. And then I'm going to keep this for the text paper, not for the roses. I did use quite a bit actually of the roses. I was very surprised, but I will most likely use it for the text. Now, as to what I used up, I used all of my sequins and enamel dots. I used up all of these Maggie Holmes puffy stickers from her confetti line. I had made a whole bunch of chipboard hearts that I then embossed with gold embossing powder. And I only have 5 hearts and 1 star left. Sadie, I'm sorry, my dog. No, 6 hearts and 1 star. And I will just add, I keep a little basket right on this side of the table, and I just kind of toss things that I don't want to forget to use. And then, like my roller, I have 2 roller date stamps that I never use, so I just keep them there just to say, hey, look, you might want to use that sometime. So I was pretty proud I used quite a bit of those. So I'll just keep that there. Okay. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Now I managed to put these all together, condense them down to 1 sheet, because this is all I have. I used probably about 4 or 5 of these. So that's gonna go in the garbage. I apologize for the whining. I used a couple of these, not a huge amount, but I did use a couple because this hadn't been used at all. I used about half of the Journey cork pieces. I used a little bit of these. There isn't a huge amount left, but I just wanted them to kind of fill in. And then I had grabbed 3 of my former Crepe Paper Maggie Holmes sticker sets, and I used quite a bit of this because actually almost none of these have been used. And I used quite a bit of the Craft Market. I used quite a bit of the Maggie Holmes. There isn't a huge amount left. Like I've used almost all of my little my little word stickers and the flowers and the tags. And so all that's really left is like probably less than a dozen stickers here. And I only have a very few left of my Notes and Things collection. So pretty good. I'm super happy about what I used up. And I used even more in my actual Scraptastic kit because this is all I have for paper. This is it. I used, oh, just so you know, there were 4 pieces of pattern paper, 2 pieces of cardstock, and cut-aparts that equal the cut-apart sheet for my counterfeit kit. Now for my, oh my goodness, I apologize. Sadie, hey, no, down, bad girl. Okay, hopefully that'll stop it. For my regular kit, there were 6 pieces of pattern paper and 3 pieces of cardstock. So this is all that's left of my paper. I will keep that. Now this paper is all the stuff that has letters, and I just don't think I can make another word out of this. I mean, maybe like fount or, you know, tough or toff or, yeah, but I'm never ever actually going to use those words, so I'm just going to toss these. And I actually already used part of that, so I'm just going to toss that too. And as a layering piece, here's what's funny, is I made that page about her and her grandfather with this paper, and I adored this paper. I thought this was like the prettiest paper I'd ever seen in my entire life. One of my top 10 favorite papers ever. And I just ended up not really using it because this just fit the story so well that, so I am going to keep that just because I really do love it. I used up all of the labels that came in the kit. I used up all of the flair that came in the kit. I'm so proud of myself. I used up so much stuff. It's ridiculous. I used up all the vellum clouds. I used up all the cork pieces. I used up all the acrylic hearts, and I used up all the wood veneer. I only didn't use the So Brave die cut. I actually don't know if I'll ever use this. I will be totally honest. One thing I did not particularly think it was super awesome to put both a wood veneer and a die cut that use the same wording, unless I was going to use it on the same page, and I didn't. So, all right, the Pink Fresh dip dye muslin labels, I used 4 out of the 6. I have the orange one and the purple one left, so that will just go into my stash. I did not use the stencil this month, I will be totally honest. I'm not a huge iCat design fan, so I don't know if I'll ever use it. If I will, it'll probably be more on a card. Like I could see using it for like a masculine card. I just don't, it's not my style, I'll be totally honest. Okay, here is the Wonder die cut kit that came in. There were 59 pieces that came in the die cut pack or ephemera pack, and I only have 15 left. Like, that's it. That's all I have left is 15. So I'm super proud of myself for that. I use them very nicely. And the only other thing is the Evilicious Gold Dot Alpha. Wow, forgot the word alpha. Okay, all right, everyone. Good show. All right, so I use quite a bit of these. I have no more S's. I have no more E's. I have one R. I have no more I's. See, the thing is like when they have this like that, I do wish they would have a little bit less U's, a little bit more E's, S's, because a lot of times you use these for like connecting words like is, and, for, I, in, out, you know, stuff like that. So I wish they would be more conscious. Like, here's my, this is ridiculous, and I noticed this. And because they're puffy stickers, it's not like you can really cut them because then it looks weird. They included $2 signs, but there's no numbers on this kit. So I was super confused as to why they wasted the thing with the dollar signs when there's no numbers to put. I mean, I guess you could put a dollar sign, but, you know, how often do you actually do that? Whatever. And I mean, honestly, I never use dollar signs in scrapbooking. I have never, ever used them. All right, so there's my alpha rant. I haven't done one for a while. So that is it, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this Kill a Kit video. I will be getting my October kit, hopefully sometime in the next week, and I will go ahead and make up another counterfeit kit to go along with it, and I will share that in a video. Probably, I don't know if I'll be able to do it next week. It'll be this week. I'm sorry. It'll be either next week or if I'm super lazy, which might be the case, the week after that. But I will share it, I promise. I know right now there's the Victoria Marie No Buy October group going on. I'm a part of it. So other than my kit, I am not buying anything else. I haven't bought anything since September 1st. Oh, I haven't bought anything since August, but I started it on September 1st. I haven't purchased anything at all. And so I'm, you know, nothing for over a month. I plan to go through the end of the year. And, oh, my mother, however, bought me a December daily kit because she wants me to do a December daily again. So I will be doing, but I will be using it for my December daily. I will be doing it. I always do my December daily before December. So at the end of November, I usually take the day after Thanksgiving off at work, and I'll just put together all my base pages at that point. I will do a layout share for that. And I do have a couple of things coming up on the Crafty Mavens getaway. I have a collaboration with Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life for a sketch, which is kind of funny because we do that anyways as on our own. And then in November, I'm up on Mix It Up Monday, and I've got a little crafty Christmas thing. I was going to do my August vacation album, do a little mini album, but I forgot I have a Christmas project to do, so I'm going to do that instead. So thanks for listening to my rambling. Flick me a thumbs up if you can. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the lovely weekend. Bye!